Alrighty then, I'm going to make today chicken spaghetti, which for me is right up there with chicken and dumplings. I'm on the coast of South Carolina. It is still warm, but we actually have some cool nights, where it's in the 80s. So you want something good. So chicken spaghetti could not be easier. I'm gonna use some cheddar, some Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna saute a red bell pepper. I'm gonna remove that, and then I'm gonna saute my chicken in olive oil. Everything's gonna be done in this one skillet, with the exception of when I boil the spaghetti in another pot. I'll be using some of my own turkey broth as the broth that I put in it. Chicken spaghetti, very easy. You make it in a casserole. You can feed a large group with it or a large family. So chicken and spaghetti, or chicken spaghetti. Let's do it. So heavily season my chicken because this is going to be our flavor base. And I also use a can of what I call toxic cream of chicken soup because it's just so yummy. Excuse my coffee pot right behind you. Now I'm gonna get my chicken sauteing where I had my red peppers. Notice this, it ain't hard. Just sauteing some chicken. Alrighty then, we got our chicken browned, cooked all the way through, and I pulled it out and shredded it. You can do this by boiling a whole chicken, pull it apart with your fingers, or put it on a chopping block and do it. Now we're gonna put it back in here. The plate is hot. Get our red peppers back in, including the oil. So let's get our cream of chicken in here. And then we need to get, in my case, turkey broth. It's all poultry. The pot and holder. Oh, it's heavy. You don't know how much broth you'll need. You just want your mixture to be loose because remember, we're gonna be putting our cooked pasta, our spaghetti, in this. But I like to let this sit for a little while on sort of a low simmer. The chicken is very tender. And I also slice those breasts because they're very thick. I slice them lengthwise so they would cook faster and more evenly. Because they have a thick end and then a thinner end. Oh, that's yummy. Certainly need more broth. Sometimes you need 1 cup, sometimes you need 2. It's like fishing. You don't know what you're gonna get. And I'm doing this in the afternoon because I've had great tides and I've been on sheep's head, black drum, flounder. So I've already caught my bait, which in this case is shrimp, off my dock so that as that tide's coming in a couple hours, I'll be able to get my hook out there and this will have already cooked. It's gonna go in the oven at 350 for about 20-25 minutes. So I'm gonna put a layer down once I add my spaghetti to this and my buttered casserole. Then I'm gonna sprinkle some Parmesan and cheddar cheese. Then I'm gonna put the rest of my pasta and chicken mix. And then I'm gonna sprinkle the top with cheese as well. Very easy thing to make, very delicious. I'm telling you, for me, it's right up there with chicken and dumplings. So I just need to get my pasta going, my spaghetti noodles, as some call it. Easy peasy. Wow, I just tasted some of the liquid, and I am telling you, when you home can your own broth, that is so flavorful on top of our seasoned chicken and the cream of chicken soup. That is where it's at, is your home canned broth, if you can do it. It ain't hard. It's very easy. One of the great things about canning your own home broth, I save my beef bones, I save the fat that I cut off of beef. I do the same thing with chicken. I save the pieces of fat, the gristly parts, and as you've seen, I keep a little Ziploc bag of onions, onion skin, carrots, celery. What doesn't go in my compost pile, I have to kind of balance those out. You have so little waste. Then I just put, and yeah, you know, I have videos on it. I will cook my chicken broth, all that for hours, and before I go to bed, I pour it into 2 crock pots and leave them on low overnight. And in the morning, I just have the most righteous broth. So you can't beat it. It really makes a difference in your home cooking, and I'm really thankful I'm able to do it. Also, to make it a little easier to eat, I break my pasta, my spaghetti, before I put it in my pot. You have to sweep your floor after you do that, but oh well, I sweep my floor every day anyway. So my pasta, my spaghetti finished cooking. Now all I'm going to do is start to incorporate it into our sauce mixture. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my sauce off. So you won't have to watch me do this, but I'll let you see when I layer into our casserole dish. Very easy, satisfying meal, feeds a lot of people. So I let it sit for a small amount of time after adding the spaghetti, because it's at this point you want to make sure it's not too dry, and I think it is not loose enough. So I'm going to add some more of my turkey stock. Oh gosh, this is still hot and the heat has been off. And you'll be able to tell, you know that it would kind of dry out. We're looking for a nice moist casserole. Let's do some more. So basically I used a quart jar of the stock. Now that is much better. Now we're gonna layer into our casserole. So I'm gonna get a layer of this chicken spaghetti in the bottom of my casserole. And this is seriously not hard. Oh yeah, that has a much better moistened situation. I'm gonna get a half of it here, and then remember I'm gonna layer some cheddar cheese and some Parmesan. And I did butter this casserole dish with some real butter. Oh, smells good. Fred the fan is hard at work to my right. So now I'm gonna sprinkle in some of my shredded cheddar and some Parmesan. Oh, so pretty. Ooh, this Parmesan smells good. They haven't had a triangle. I had to get shredded, but at least it doesn't have the digestible wood pulp in it. It is all shredded Parmesan cheese. Let's fill in any gaps that we have with cheese, because I don't really think there's anything, there's not too much cheese, there's too little cheese. So I'm gonna go get my final layer on the top. Golly, this thing is heavy. A little Parmesan. And the rest of our cheddar. And then this is gonna go in a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes till our cheese is all bubbly. Remember, we have cheese layer in the middle. And we want that to get hot and melted through. Chicken spaghetti, give it a whirl. It's not hard. Well, there she is, and none of the pasta is dry, and it looks fabulous, but I have to really let this cool before I cut into it, but it is gonna be good. Chicken and spaghetti, it ain't hard, and it's affordable, and you can also do it from your home canned chicken as well. And remember, you got your own broth in that too. That chicken is so tender. So I got a tide coming in. I need to get to fishing. I have important things to do, you know. There's a sheep's head out there with my name on it. or a black drum or a bull red or a big old flounder again. So I'll cut this later and show it to you. Let the husband do the taste test, because God knows he'll tell us if it sucks, but it won't. Well, let's see how it is. It's never been bad, so I don't expect it to be bad now. Oh, it's set up nice. Yes, I'm glad I added that extra turkey broth. It's getting dark, so the picture is not as clear. Oh, let's try it. Oh, my Lord. Oh, yeah, good. That is perfect. Chicken spaghetti. Make you some. Uh-huh.